Landmark game here as well, Jeff, so far this afternoon. It's the first time in this country they've got two British South Asian officials officiating at a game at this level at the same time.
I think both Sonny and Bups need to be aiming for the Premier League, and then beyond that, the FIFA International panel.
That we do get is, transferred to the younger generation, and that's why we do it, and that's why I do it, is to try to inspire a younger generation.
On January 4th, 2023, Bhupinder Singh Gill became the first Sikh-Punjabi assistant referee in the Premier League. This is, of course, a huge landmark in the world of officiating, which is massively underrepresented. Alongside me is Met lecturer stroke referee Alex McInch and FAW match officials recruitment and retention executive Jack Rea. So firstly, beginning with you, Alex, how important is this for referees here in the United Kingdom?
Well, having diversity in any organisation is good, as long as it's fit for purpose. I think at the moment we need to remember there's a real glut in supply of referees across the piece, regardless of their background, but this is a real good example of how it can be a catalyst for change, and hopefully people will stand up, take notice, and think that maybe it's for them if they're still playing, if they're coming to the end of playing, if they've had enough of coaching, appreciating that there are a number of different roles within the game. Sports officiating is one of them, and give it a go.
Last season, across the country's top 7 divisions, just 2% of referees were either black or Asian. Why do you think this is the case? What factors seem to be driving these numbers?
It's a really interesting question. For me, like any industry, any environment, only a certain amount of people will make it to the top. So if the numbers at the bottom at grassroots level aren't great, naturally, as they filter up through the chain, they're not going to be great either. I think there's a lack of interest among black and minority ethnic groupings as well. They tend to do other sports and not really interested in football. It's quite a closed shop. It can be quite discriminatory, as we've seen in the news, and I think that's played a factor.
How do we ensure that there is much more diversity? We know that we don't have enough BAE managers, for example, across clubs. We don't have enough referees. There is still so much more for the FA to do.
And now over to you, Jack, from an FAW's perspective. Do you believe that one day the barriers will be fully broken?
I'm an optimist, and yes, I do think that we're taking really strong steps to try and break down those barriers. And I think that we've got the ingredients there in terms of, first of all, being focused on this issue. It is at the forefront of our minds. And I think then, understanding that we need to take the role models that we do have and the people that have really had to trailblaze and really kind of fight against prejudice in terms of their journey to becoming a referee,